Pixar, as well as the first feature-length film to be entirely computer animated.
Those two guys there, Woody and Buzz, they're back in theaters for Toy Story 4, but is it worth the trip? Here to tell us from Paul's Trip to the Movies, it's Paul McGuire Grimes. Hi, Paul.
Hi, Paul.
How are you?
Great. It's great to see you. Listen, people always want to love these movies. We've been watching Toy Story 3 over and over again in our house lately.
God, makes you weep
No
by the
kidding.
end of that.
But it ended. I mean, it ended. The story ended. So does this one, what some people would call unnecessary on paper, does it work?
It works so well. You realize that this is the closure that you didn't think you needed, and by the end you were like, this makes perfect sense.
I love when I get things that I didn't even think I needed.
It's like such a nice coda to the story and kind of the legacy of the Woody character. So in this one, Bonnie is now in kindergarten. She makes that little toy named Forky. And when they're on a road trip, Forky gets separated, and Woody takes it upon himself to rescue Forky and reunite him with Bonnie and the rest of the toys.
Oh, gosh.
Now, the Toy Story 3, spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, my only criticism of it would be that there's about like feels like a 30-minute incinerator scene where you think the toys are all going to get burned.
Right.
So that felt a little bit heavy-handed. I hear a lot of people saying that they're crying during this movie. Does it feel heavy-handed, or is it just...
It doesn't feel heavy-handed. It's actually very funny. I think it's the funniest in the Toy Story franchise.
Oh, that's cool.
They're like pumping it full of humor the whole time. It feels like an action movie as well. There's some carnival scenes at an antique store as well. And by the end, you're just like, like, you realize how great Tom Hanks is as Woody and what he means to Andy and Bonnie and us as moviegoers. He's one of the best voiceover performances, I think, in movie history.
It is fun when you think about what a special moment this is, looking back at the very first Pixar movie being Toy Story 1, and then now we're at 4. How many tickets have you given us?
I'm giving it 4.5 out of 5. We both really loved it. Tony Hale, Keanu Reeves is also in it, so is Key and Peele.
Really?
A really great, well-rounded cast, yeah.
Talk to me about a movie I'm interested in seeing, Late Night.
I want everyone to go see Late Night. It stars Mindy Kaling as an aspiring comedy writer, and she gets hired at a late-night talk show, and she may be the fresh and authentic voice to then save it from cancellation. And it's hosted by Emma Thompson.
Emma Thompson is in this movie, too. It seems like those two would have a really great rapport.
They are fantastic together because Emma's been in the business for a long time. She's kind of cold. She doesn't really want Mindy there. And you realize that it's about ageism and sexism in the workplace. It's so topical, and then it's set against kind of the late night landscape where we're in this world where it's all about bits and games versus actual interviews. And what does Mindy have to say about that as a writer and as a comedian?
We host a talk show. We should watch this movie.
We should watch it. No kidding.
And Emma Thompson, I mean, 2-time Oscar winner, and I think gives one of her best performances in this movie.
Really?
She's so good. The weight and the history and the gravitas, because you don't really want to like her, but then by the end, you're like, I get why you are the way you are.
It makes me so happy when there are characters that you don't like, but then you sort of like that complexity is what makes things so interesting, because it's too simple if they're just either you love them or you hate them.
And John Lithgow plays her husband in this, and there's a lot about their marriage together in this movie and what it means when they're both in the industry and have this long marriage, long careers, and how does that play into it as well?
John Lithgow of Harry and the Hendersons fame.
Oh, you got
amongst other things.
Amongst other things, that is one of his credits. Paul, how many tickets?
4.5 out of 5 too. I think you will come away with this laughing a lot, thinking about things in our industry and workplace. It is so good.
I am happy to hear this.
I'm in a great mood.
I've never seen him this happy.
Hey, Paul, and I'm also glad that we wore the exact same jacket.
I'm glad you go shopping in my closet against Steve.
They're just the Chambray brothers. You can check out Paul's YouTube channel, Paul's Trip to the Movies, for his review of Jordan Peele's Us, which is now available on Blu-ray, DVD, and on demand. And then you can also listen to Paul on the Colleen and Bradley Show on My Talk 107.1 every Friday, or visit his website, paulstriptothemovies.com, for more movie reviews.